That was when I knew I had to for sure get a lawyer because I just felt like something was going on.
No. She thinks about screwing me over all the time. If Janelle could come over after me over alimony and child support or anything, she'd do it. Oh yeah, she's got nothing but, oh God, how could I him?
Coyote Pass is still a huge question on everyone's mind in this week's episode of Sister Wives. Now that the property is paid off, Meri and Janelle are frustrated that Kody hasn't figured out what they're doing with the land yet.
I'm actually really upset with how it's all going or not going. I don't like the fact that I feel like I've had to take the steps that I've taken. I'm just frustrated that this whole thing has taken so long. I have been divorced from Kody for well over a year, and nothing had really ever been talked about too much as far as the property. So, I sent an email to Kody and Robin and Janelle just saying, hey, I think it's time we need to start this conversation.
Meri and I don't know what's going on, so of course we're frustrated. We're completely in the dark. There's no communication, nothing.
Since Kody has seemingly gone radio silent, Meri and Janelle are starting to think he doesn't have their best interests in mind.
Tell me what you want to do. If you want to keep all 14 acres, then buy me out.
So we don't hear from Kody, and we go through these long periods of time, and it really makes you think, what's going on? It doesn't make you have a lot of trust that things are going to go fairly.
The best thing you can do is what it takes to protect yourself. Like, if you're not protecting your heart, who is?
You.
But turns out Kody is interested in selling after all.
I meet my real estate agent out here on Coyote Pass because it's just come to the point where the family's not going to live here. I'm positive that Janelle's not going to move out here. I finally told Robin that I really can't stand the idea of living here, or at least at this point. Robin, I think, was the last to give up on the dream, but she's finally consented. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell. I'm pretty positive that Meri and Janelle want to sell. So we're going to take a look around, walk the property a little bit, because he's going to be, well, most likely he'll be the salesman.
But even selling the property is going to be messy following the split.
So I've got 4 partners in it. 2 of them are exes. Okay. I hate saying this, but it's not the most civil of relationships anymore.
Understand.
Having gone public, we talk to the public.
Okay.
And then it comes back to me, and I'm like, I'm not talking to her ever again.
Right.
But it's back and forth.
Okay.
I'm just as guilty as them, but they're just as guilty as I am. So what I will do is when you get an offer,
okay,
and you present that to me, I'll email them and I'll say, I've got this realtor, we've got an offer. Okay. It's a matter of just getting their permission because they're partners. So I'm just sitting here going through this, like trying to decide what do I want to do? And Janelle suggested I buy her out. I'm like, how? I don't have that kind of money. I don't know the answer well enough to be able to move on it, but I got these 2 exes going, I want this, let's do, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. So they're nagging me, which is great because I just got 2 ex-wives who are total nags, now nagging still.
And to make things worse, Kody hasn't told Meri or Janelle that he's talking to a realtor about the sale.
So I don't know exactly who he's talking to and what his plan is, but that's really all I know. I don't know, maybe he's selling it already. Like, literally, I have no idea what is happening.
I was really, really nice in that email. I was trying to calm everybody down. I don't know what to do here. I'm not trying to stall. I'm just like, listen, these are ex-wives asking me to do a favor. And I'm tired. And I have a lot to do.
I don't know what's going on. He could be talking to someone about selling it. He could be, he could potentially be talking to someone about selling it out from underneath us. I don't know, because he's not communicating.
And as time passes, Meri worries she won't be compensated fairly for the land.
We own in total about 14 acres out at Coyote Pass. The way it's titled, if we were to sell it right now, Meri would get compensated for like 1.5 acres of the whole 14. This whole conversation really hinges on Kody. He's the one that is on all the titles. He's the one that has to make changes in ownership. Are you gonna show up and divide these fairly? What are we doing? Because he's very wishy-washy. He says something that you don't hear from him forever. I don't know. There's no reassurance that he's going to be kind.
But Kody claims he will be fair in the end.
Basically bought it all together. I paid for one of the lots solely myself.
Okay.
But the agreement is for the families, because we are doing everything together.
Right.
I paid for an entire lot myself. When we sell,
Right.
I'm going to divide the money.
Okay.
4 ways: my wife, me, and the 2 exes.
Okay.
I think they're worried about whether I'm going to be fair or not, because the divorce just takes away all trust.
Right.
But I will.
As things with Coyote Pass appear to be chugging along, Robin is still a little bitter with how everything ended.
This place is a heartbreak place for me.
For
It's
sure.
just heartbreak.
This is the last thing that kind of connects some of us. I think that's another reason why it's hard for me to let it go. It irritates me to no end that just the last couple of years changed the last, 30 years. There was, once upon a time, there was trust and love and connection and, a future. So, yeah, it's just crazy how much it just went.
But as the Browns try to sell the property, Janelle is buying her own piece of land, a flower farm in North Carolina.
We have an offer that was accepted, so.
If it all closes and everything's good, which I don't see why anything would happen, but yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah.
flower farmers.
Yeah, flower farmers. I remember I was laying in bed one night, I'm like, wow, flowers, wouldn't it be so great to just be a flower farmer? Because doesn't that sound like perfect zen? After all the craziness of my life, I'm like, I'm gonna be a flower farmer.
For Janelle, this property is a dream come true.
When we first moved here, everybody had this great vision about the property. We were going to all build on it together, and then life sort of started to happen. And Kody was just never really fully on board with the vision. He had a comfortable house. He lived in with Robin. He didn't care anymore. So Coyote Pass never came to fruition, and now I'm so infinitely glad. We have this vision. We know what it's going to look like. Some place that people love to come. They can sit with the flowers. A gathering place. We haven't worked out all the details yet, but flowers, people can come. We know that much.
And she isn't the only one buying property. Christina's too.
We bought a house in Moab as well. We bought a house in Moab. With Kody, with finances, it would always have to just be his way. It was his way, otherwise he would talk to you about it ad nauseum forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until he just got sick of it and gave in. And I'm like, why can't I just write my own freaking check? And David's like, yeah, why don't you go ahead and buy a home to rent out? I'm like, okay. And so I found it and took charge and did it, and it's done. Bought a house.
Meanwhile, Meri has found a new love in her life, a dog named Zona.
I had gone to the shelter just to visit with the animals, the dogs, because I love dogs and they all need to be pet and they need to have love. And I met Zona and I fell hard. I saw it in her eyes when I first met her. She was just so scared. I met her and I needed her and she needed me, and we are a perfect pair.
And she's also ready to meet a man.
I want a date. I'm very ready. I've actually gone out on a few dates. I have dated a little bit. She's single and she's ready to mingle.
Yes,
come mingle with her.
Come join us.
Oh my gosh, that's
Looking
so funny.
for men over, 6 feet? Is that what you're looking for?
I don't know. I feel like dating is hard. It's like job interview after job interview.
But what do you want?
So taller than me,
Okay.
older than me.
So an extra senior citizen.
I feel like it would be weird to have somebody younger than me. Oh,
No,
sorry.
Zona doesn't agree with that.
You don't like that?